Boom! We're here.
Oh, we're live.
We're back. Welcome everybody this evening. Now, Ammon corrected me earlier today when we did our afternoon cast. Well, I said this evening and it was only afternoon.
Yeah, but now it's the evening.
So we're good. We're good, guys. Come prepared.
Oh.
It's all good. But, well, anybody who... Okay, alright. Anybody who's still here from this afternoon, from the Clan War, we're gonna get straight into some GPD Open.
Oh, I'm excited, Matt. I'm very excited for this.
I'm actually, yeah, pretty excited too, which is...
Doing the prestigious Gold, Platinum, Diamond tournament. It is, I believe, a weekly tournament on SC2SEA?
It is. Each Saturday night. And by Saturday, I mean Sunday. The BSG is on Saturdays.
Because it's a Sunday night. It's Sunday, isn't it?
It is Sunday.
It doesn't feel like a Sunday. We've been working so hard this weekend, Matt. It feels like it's, it feels like a Friday. If I'm honest.
It's, yeah, the weekend. Boom. Just gone. Got the Team Night versus 9th Legion. Yesterday had, who do we have today?
Today we had Fusion Slugs versus Solarity.
Fusion Slugs versus Solarity today. And now we're going to finish off the weekend with a GPD, which is pretty cool. Calling it.
It's really cool, man. I'd say, I think it transitions from cool to awesome.
Oh,
I'm saying it here. I'm sorry, mate. Sorry, but I think it's pretty cool.
It is, and you know what?
See this over here?
What
is that the right way, or is that the right way? Hold on.
No, I think.
No, yeah, that's the right way.
What
so over here, I made that, guys, in Photoshop.
What did you make?
The up for grabs thing. The prizes.
Oh right, I'm looking at your camera and I'm like, what's he pointing at? What's he pointing at? And then it's the other thing. Yeah.
See, up for grabs, $10 first prize, 1 hour of coaching. I wrote all that in. Well, I didn't. I copied and pasted actually from the forum post on SC2SEA. But I chose the colours. Same chat if you like that colour scheme.
There you go.
I gotta be honest. I don't know how to Photoshop. I actually downloaded Photoshop, bought Photoshop, and then I googled how to Photoshop. Because I don't know how to Photoshop. But we're going to get right into this game.
Google.
Oh, I recognise one of these players' names, Matt, so I'm excited.
Which one do you recognise? Can't say just yet. Can't say just yet.
I recognise the Zerg's name. There you go. It's going to be on...
Oh, really?
We're right into it. Okay. I'm not prepared for this game, actually, Matt. I wanted to talk more about the tournament, but we're going to head right into it.
No, we're straight in. We're straight in tonight. And it's funny you say that you recognise the Zerg's name, because you know whose name I recognise? I recognise the Protoss name. So we know,
right, cool.
We know one from each, so we're going to go into the game now, guys. Boom.
Boom, shakraki.
We're straight in, up into the top right-hand corner of Cloud Kingdom. We have our red Protoss player.
VB Boomy.
Alright, and now moving down to the bottom left-hand corner, spawning as the green Zerg.
Smoky McPot.
Boom, straight into it. So you said that you knew the Zerg player. Let's hear a bit of insight on that.
No, hold on. I don't know the Zerg player. I recognise the name.
What was their name? How do you...
He chats a lot in the SC2SEA chat channel. That is just at the front page there, whenever you go on the front page.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, so he's chatty Cathy, he is.
I've got way better than that. I actually, a few days ago, played against Booney on ladder.
Oh, really? So
I did.
Do have the inside scoop.
And he beat me as well in ZVP. I lost. He opened with a little bit of... He had a really nice pylon. It was on Shakura's, up near my third, and then he transitioned into beating me with Void Rays, Motherships, and Carriers.
Whoa, how'd you let him get carriers out, Matt? Sounds like you're...
Alright, mate. Alright. Okay. How did he... Well, I killed off his whole army, but he just had like 4 bases up, and when Protoss gets that third base up, they pretty much get instant access to their 4th, so it's really easy to secure.
What map was that on, sorry?
That was on Shakura's, it was.
That was on Shakura's, right, yeah.
It was on Shakura's. Now, and it was a fun game. Like, I did actually enjoy it a fair bit, but it was really interesting to see those carriers come out.
Yeah, sounds like a fun game, but in this game, we're going to see VB Booney going for that Denial of the...
deny, boom!
Oh, puts it down, but loses the probe.
Pylon goes down. It's going to be enough to actually deny this Expo. Spawn pool's just about to finish at the moment, but it looks like this Pylon's going to do the job.
It's gonna hold that natural. But yeah, so seeing the forward fast expand from Protoss, very very popular in ZVP. It's pretty much always what we see in this matchup. Always that forward fast expand.
Essentially, yeah. It's weird, especially with the newer maps. They do support. I say newer, like they've been here for a fair few months now, but they do support it a lot more. You don't actually have a ramp in Cloud Kingdom. Cloud Kingdom is probably one of the harder maps to actually hold it with. But it is, you still do have a nice choke point here. And as you can see, Booney has elected to put down that Nexus. And then the cannon just after that looks like a pretty safe opener.
And he's actually, Booney is going to go down and scout the third position of the Zerg. And he's going to see that Smoky McPot has indeed taken that third positioning since the denial of the natural. It's kind of, we see that often happen when it's, when that main is denied. Sorry, Matt. They do get their quick third, so these two Zerglings coming down now. Gonna take out that probe and get his hatch up.
Hatch goes down, and there you go. So he does know about that third, and he's probably going to guess that Expo has gone down there just from where the Pylon went down. But I don't know. Smokey is playing pretty much how I played when I lost to him, which is. I'd say this is off to a pretty solid start, but let's see, this probe just going to come in here, make sure that expansion has gone down, which he does know about now, so that he won't be expecting any sort of like 2 base all-ins or anything like that at this stage. Let's see now that
Queen popping out. Where's that inject? Give the inject. Come on, Queen, inject it.
Nah, who needs to inject anymore?
Injects. He's so hipster.
So hipster.
Smoky McPot is a hipster. Hipster? Indie hipster. There it is.
Indie.
We got it.
Indie, we'll go with Indie, right?
Yeah, why not?
See Zealot making its presence out on the map, taking out those lings.
Zealot saying, I'm here, I'm not queer, I'm kind of inanimate, I don't have a sexual preference, but I'm here anyway, and I'm going to kill you with my sword hands. They could make a movie with Zealots, call him Edward Sword Hands, a sequel to Edward Scissorhands, a StarCraft parody.
Wow, there you go.
This might get a few drone kills here, actually. No, pretty good response time. Oh, they're going to go for it. Oh, look at that micro. Saves one.
One goes down. Targets down that second one. And the Stalker is going to arrive here. Seeing more drones continuing to go down. You do see a lot of Protoss players actually doing this. Just small push-outs like this with the Zealot and the Stalker. Just because you'll find with most Zerg players, they do just pretty continuously drone and like not actually build any units. But as you can see, it looks as though Booney might do this for a lot of ZVPs. Bang! Stargate! Boom! What are you going to do about it? Void Ray coming out straight away.
Void Ray, there you go. And that actually did get a few worker kills with that Zealot and Stalker, so pretty good. Pretty good, and if you can save the Stalker, even better. Like
there you go, look at that.
It does save it. So only losing one Zealot for about 6 workers.
6 workers killed, yeah. It's not bad, but has he actually got his Stalker jammed on the outside? Has he walled in?
It does. I think he's completely walled off there, Matt. He's gonna have to like.
It might only be one. The Stalker might not just be able to fit through, but.
Or he might just have it stuck there just so that no Zerglings can run through.
That's true, but now he knows about this Void Ray.
And let's see, can't respond. Evolution Chamber going down.
Evo Chamber's down straight away. The Roach Warren going down too. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts to this. And that's that Phoenix too. Booney actually did open the 6 Phoenix. Did the 6 Phoenix play against me when I played against him. But
oh, really?
Yeah, and it sucked. To be me, it worked really good for him.
So it was kind of similar to that match that we cast, I believe, between 9th Legion and that other people.
Team Knight.
Team Knight.
Team Knight, yeah, just sniping so many Overlords.
Yeah, he actually did. He actually in that game that we saw, he actually invested in so many Phoenixes and then just transitioned into a mothership as well. Didn't actually move out with the mothership, kept the mothership at home, and as the Zerg got infestors and things like that, as soon as his phoenixes would get clumped up and was fungoed, he'd just recall them back to his base and save it.
Did the vanishing act, didn't he?
Yeah. So that was quite an interesting play and was quite effective against the Zerg, who kind of couldn't really do much, but we see these Phoenix coming in here, getting denied by the spore crawlers. Hydra Den going up, Matt. Now, we didn't see the Hydra Den go up in the other game that we cast the other night, and you were calling for the Hydras to be really effective against this kind of Sky Protoss. So we're going to see how the Hydras do in this game, Matt.
That's right, yes. Hydras are actually surprisingly good against air units just because they've got such high DPS and they can shoot at the air, which helps a little bit too, but it looks like these Overlords aren't going to be... the Hydras aren't going to be ready. Spore Crawlers are up, but the Phoenixes, they're just so quickly gonna... There you go, beam that Queen straight up, no worries about it. And nice transfuse on that Queen, keeps it alive a little bit longer. And yeah, he does save it. Nice Queen positioning here. That Void Ray taking a fair bit of heat, but it looks like it's going to get out. Creep spread not really out just yet, but...
That Phoenix coming home to say hello to that Phoenix coming to say hello to the Void Ray, sorry. Just making sure he's okay. You're right, bro, that was pretty scary.
It was, but I have to say, he spotted that Hydra Den, and you know what? Quote from famous StarCraft player, the idea of your opponent is to trick them into building Hydras. So now that Colossi has come out now, and there's probably no more air units going to be produced. Just going to be based on this Colossus because they can just shred up those Hydras. And there is 22 workers just started production for Smokey. That's a lot of workers. That's actually pretty crazy, bringing the harvester count up to 67 from 61. So
that is pretty cray-cray.
But let's see, Booney going to be transferring across to the third base now. Going to get that nice saturation. Got a lot of workers, which is really good. And is going to play SimCity at the front as well, which that has been a pretty proven tactic against Roach-based Zergs, is to actually just kind of create that building space, have the cannons there also, just because the Roaches have such low range.
Yeah, definitely. We actually see Nidus Network on the way for Smokey McPot, Matt, so could be seeing some sneaky tactics here.
The Nidus is pretty fun. There's a fair bit of space on Cloud Kingdom as well, especially between the third base and the main, especially if you're going to try and take a fourth base as well. So, but... it's going to be... We're going to see... Something's going to happen pretty soon. It's going to be pretty hard to get a scout in there just because of the heavy Phoenix presence. And Booney is just so active with these Phoenixes as well.
Yeah, definitely. But I like that Smoky McPot definitely isn't kind of letting the Phoenixes just own the map. He's still got Zerglings out on the map, trying to just get whatever map control he can. He's not just saying, "Well, I'm just going to stay in my base. There's Phoenixes out. I'm not going to kind of thing." He can kind of sacrifice a few lings out there, like that's fine. It also will waste energy on those Phoenixes, but they do have a lot of energy actually, so that's probably not going to be a factor into it. These Phoenixes coming in now, trying to just see if they can get any drone kills or anything like that. Pretty good placement on those spawn crawlers though, yeah.
Yeah, denied by the spore crawlers. It's nice, but this probe has actually somehow made its way out onto the field past the lings. Maybe see a pylon go down. See this push out, got the Colossus count pretty high. Sentries are there too. It looks like he's gonna do it. He's gonna at least put down that fourth base, see if he's gonna put on any pressure behind that. But I heard a Nidus.
Oh, there it is, those Zerglings.
There's the Nidus worm. And it's actually got a lot of units in it. The Nidus has very, very high capacity. Just lots of Roaches and Hydras. And it looks like he's just going to transport around the map just from here. And I don't know, I'd say...
Yeah. Not a great positioning, actually, for Smoky Moonpok to try and engage now, because that army's just so close to that third.
That's
and
true.
See them coming in now.
Let's see, I think you just want to try and get out without... the thing. Oh no, the Colossi just doing huge damage in this battle. There's just so many Colossi, and he's hopping back in the Nidus, and it looks like he's going to say see ya.
I'm just going to get out of here.
And this is looking like a very scary army. That forward pylon is down and in position. Some Roaches, I think, on Mistrally here, going up to where the Nidus was, but Booney putting down that 4th base, nice and secure.
Yeah, I see some infestors coming out.
Infestors and
Infestors, corruptors. Smokey now seeing that Colossi are in the mix, because then he's going to need some of those corruptors to take down those Colossi. But a mothership is on the way for VB, sorry, for Booney. It'd be a very interesting play, Matt, if a Zerg did get a mothership out. it'd be a brave choice.
It would be, and maybe, I don't know, maybe going to see, I guess, looking a little bit more towards the late game, maybe an Archon Toilet or something like that against Broodlords. Like, you know, that Corruptor production has started. The Spires there already as well. To be actually, if we look at what Booney has seen, really hasn't seen that much, but can probably almost just guess it, I guess, at this stage. You know, knows that the Infestors are there, the Nidus Tech's there as well, and there's pretty much only one transition to go to after this. So I'm expecting that he's just gonna go for it. But his army is just looking so scary right now.
Yeah, very, very scary indeed. Hive Tech on the way, so very possible we're going to see some Broodlords coming out. 3 more Stargates, though, for Booney, and a lot of cannons going down to that 4.
So many cannons. It's got the minerals, though. It's, you know, banking over 1,000. But let's see. This is such a scary army, and I don't know. The infestor count's pretty low. The corruptors got currently 8 corruptors out on the map. I'm not really sure where they are.
No carapace upgrade for this Zerg army. It's only just getting started now, and here we go. Going to have a little bit of an engage here. The high ground goes to the Protoss with those Colossi. Zerg so hard. Those roaches running away. Going to get the Hydras at the back. They're not as fast off the creep. So
the Hydras. Oh, nice blink though. Corruptors moving around, trying to get a bit of a better position on these Colossi, but I don't know, here we go, the Roaches trying to move around, make something happen. Corruptors are coming in from the back now, and this is a lot of Corruptors. If he can snipe out these Colossi, I'm going to guess that the Stalkers might blink underneath the Corruptors. Really nice blink. These Roaches are slightly out of position, and he's just going to go up for the main.
All those Corruptors getting taken out by those
the Colossi are by themselves, though, and these Roaches don't know it.
These Roaches just going to run into all those cannons.
That's just so many cannons there. 2 more Colossi out, taking out this army here, and more reinforcements running in from the back. He's just trying to snipe that Colossi, but cannot connect.
Not gonna happen, Matt. Protoss should be feeling very confident now.
He did actually leave the Infestors at home in that last engagement as well, but even still, he's getting a lot more Corruptors. Greater Spire is on the way, but he needs to be very careful with these because the Stalkers are so close. And I can just see the edge of that Corruptor now. A few Corruptors there. But this Corruptor count is getting pretty high.
But Corruptors alone, an army does not make, Matt. They're not able to shoot down until they are Broodlords. Greater Spire only a quarter of the way done.
Yeah, it's a long way done, and this army's ready to go. And this is such sort of death ball presence. More emergency spy crawlers going down at the expo. But this is just such a high Stalker count. 10 more Corruptors on the way. He's going to try and make something happen with Broodlords.
He's going to lose a lot of these Corruptors trying to get these Colossi.
Trying to tug down the Colossi. GG. And it looks like he is going to throw in the towel.
Oh, that Protoss army was so scary, man.
That was.
Booney is playing very solid.
That was actually... I don't know, like, it was really solid, and he just took control of the game there, I guess. He got the Phoenixes and the Void Ray out, and I guess he's just kind of like, maybe I can make my opponent go into Hydras, transition to Hydras. Smokey just pretty much did that and went straight into the Hydras and was like, cool, I've got Colossus Tech, let's go. And then those Hydras couldn't really be put to use at all.
Yeah, Booney playing really smart there. Like, once he sees that he's forced those Hydras coming out, he just switched seamlessly into getting Colossi out. Such a smooth transition as well. Was really safe that whole game kind of thing. Had a lot of map presence, was scouting everything. Smokey went for that kind of Nidus play. Didn't really pan out because he wasn't able to put it in the main of Booney. So that kind of really didn't do much. He was able to get across the map, but Booney's army was right there to kind of shut down any kind of harass like that. So now we're just waiting for the next game, guys.
Waiting for the next game. They're just going to invite us pretty shortly. I'm pretty sure the admin is pretty on top of it. It was just like, bam, this is where your next game is. And we're like, yeah. It's all good.
Really good. Really good admins. SC2SEA has pretty good tournament value, I'd say.
There you go. If you
They've
ever...
been doing it a lot of time.
Wow.
Not proper English, but me speak English good, yeah? But anyway, take this downtime to follow us on Twitter. We have our at Twitter's things down below.
We do,
us.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I'm at Bedroom Gamer. Matt's at MattyB2111, 2111.
There you go, all the ones. Try and get as many ones in.
Matt, the viewer count's a bit low. I want to see some more viewers come and join us in this awesome tournament.
I agree.
So guys, get all your friends. Get all your friends to come and watch us. If you know anyone who likes watching streams and is into the StarCraft Australia scene, get them watching, because this is the winner of this tournament. The top 8 actually, top eight, right? Get qualified for the Masters Cup, and they'll be able to compete against high league players.
Exactly. Masters Cup. Get excited for it.
Masters Cup, one of the premier events of the Australian StarCraft scene. Boom, boom.
Get excited. Get excited. But we're going to have a PvP on Daybreak.
Oh, here we go. PvP.
PvP.
Oh my god. PvP. Now let's see what kind of PvP we have. Will it be 4-gate-orama, skill-gate-orama, or will we see some crazy Colossi micro like we did in the other games? Excuse me.
It is, and I was, as I said before,
Warp Prism.
Yeah, the Warp Prism micro was really nice in the in one of the games yesterday. That was, but yeah, I don't know. Like, no PvP game is really standard, if you know what I mean. Like,
oh, definitely.
It's just can be like so varied. It can so. Anything
yeah,
can
these
happen.
days, like a few months ago, it was pretty much 4-gate versus 4-gate. Whoever 4-gated first would win. But now these days you have a better, like, people have been going the 3-gate robo, 2-gate robo, and being able to hold off those 4 gates and extend into a macro game. And that's the thing about a 4-gate. It's not necessarily all in. You can play it very all in. You can also play it so you can actually safely macro behind it.
That's true. But we're going to
Just be
go
a bit aggressive.
That's right. That's right.
Into the game.
They did, yeah. Blizzard did actually pretty much patch out the 4-gate with the ramp warp pins and all that kind of stuff. But it's made PvP a lot more interesting. I've got to give them that. But here we go. Our first PvP of the night. We have got spawning down in the bottom left-hand corner as the Red Protoss.
TCP Mad O'Brien. Woo!
It's a pretty lengthy name.
It was. I'm there reading. I'm like, oh my god, it's a mouthful. Both these players are kind of a mouthful, actually.
And now we're moving to the top right-hand corner, spawning as the Green Protoss.
HGZ Guardian.
And there we go. Both playing pretty standard so far. Guardian is going to elect to go for that Pylon Scout. Going to be getting all that lovely information, but early gateway, what's up? Putting that down on 11 supply. That's pretty aggressive.
That's so aggressive. Oh my god.
Let's see, yeah, and
But still pretty similar timings for both of them on that gateway, actually, Matt.
yeah, both going with a pretty early gateway, so we could actually see some gateway pressure coming up pretty fast in this game. Let's see, and it looks like Ryung gonna go for that assimilator pretty straight up, whereas Guardian still yet to take a gas.
As you say that, he takes the gas, man.
Takes the gas. So a little bit
interesting placement on that pylon right next to the Nexus, actually. Maybe anticipating some kind of, maybe thinking as, I don't know, a Zealot harass or something. He's kind of walling off.
Not sure.
I don't know,
yeah.
I'm not a pro of PvP, Matt, but it's just I haven't really seen that kind of placement on the pylons there, with it so kind of backed up into the Nexus.
That's true. Like, one of these, it does actually, yeah, it kind of, I guess, guards the mineral line a little bit. You know, you can create a few more choke points around the actual patches themselves, but other than that, it also does give the probes pretty fast access to actually building stuff, so they can get straight back onto the mineral line. But
that's true, yeah.
Other than that, yeah, like it is. There's no reason not to do it, really. If you look at it, like, you kind of are a little bit cramped for pylon space, but I don't know. He's pretty aggressive with his build. He mightn't be planning to put too many pylons in his main.
Yeah, we see both players now getting Warp Gate. Stalker on the way for Ryung.
Here you go, yeah.
Now, is either player doing a 4-gate, Matt?
Well, there's a fair bit of chrono saved up on Ryung's Nexus, but not enough to say that there's definitely going to be a 4-gate coming as well. That second assimilator's there. I wouldn't expect it really at this stage.
Yeah, now that he's got that second assimilator, probably see him get up a robo. Maybe, yeah.
It's hard to tell in these early games.
Hard to tell, yeah. We're not that pro guys that we can actually anticipate everything that's going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much all that you can really get a read from at this stage is maybe some sort of early aggression, but oddly enough, Guardian elects to put down that robotics facility. Going to get those models out, getting that second gas finishing up now too, so right on the gas production.
Yeah, and we do see that Robo Bay going down for Young as well, so pretty much both players going for that 2-gate Robo. Very effective in holding off a 4-gate just in case, but both players aren't doing a 4-gate, so that's going to be nullified, rather. Just Immortals are so tanky, Matt.
That's true. Once you do get one out and you have like a high zealot count, I guess you could say, you're a lot more safe against, you know, sort of gateway aggression and all that kind of fun stuff that comes with that. But let's see, Warp Gate finishing up for both players now. And in terms of harvesters as well, Guardian has actually pulled away a little bit, even though taking that really early gateway has kind of made a bit of a jump on harvesters. But see, Ryung's got some chrono saved up. He might be wanting to get this immortal count up a little bit higher, maybe do like a 2 immortal push out, something along those lines. But
yeah, and that could actually be pretty effective since Guardian has chosen to take his natural. They're the first one to expand on this map.
See, yeah, and Guardian hasn't actually transformed his gateways into warp gates just yet. He is actually also supply block, which doesn't really help things that much, but I'm not sure. This army's looking pretty scary from Ryung.
Definitely. Guardian does scout the army though, so he knows what the composition will be like. Getting a few more sentries for Ryung now. Maybe going for an Immortal Sentry push, Matt. I know the Immortal Sentry push is pretty popular in a ZVP, but how does it go in PvP, Matt?
I don't know, like, I think sentries are very complementary to any Protoss army. Especially with Immortals as well, like, you do want to try and like cut out some of their army. You sometimes try and force field other Immortals away, which can be useful too. But I don't know. It's kind of a little bit hard to predict as to what they're going to try and go for. I think in ZVP it's more of like a 2-base Immortal Sentry kind of play that you see, but
yeah, it looks like Ryung will be moving out with that warp gate, gonna maybe warp in some zealots in the back as he pushes from the front. See that probe moving out as well with that army. So Guardian's going to have to be on top here. It's actually in the supply lead now, but if we look at the units, it is 1 Immortal to 2 at the moment. So Guardian should be, I think he'll be able to hold this off pretty safely.
So yeah, he does have that second Immortal out, and his Observer is right on top of Ryung's army, and the force fields could have gone off then on the ramp, trapping some of the army, but both players a little bit slow. But even still, it's worked out okay, because Ryung has dropped a bunch of zealots in the mineral line and just went to town. Currently 5 workers killed, and he's going to get in here with these Stalkers and Immortal.
Good force fields.
Nice force fields though, but he's let
Guardian has an Immortal down there that's just for the taking if Ryung chooses to get it, but he chooses to run away. Got to retreat for the time being.
So much going on right now.
Definitely. So that Warp Prism is around to harass, just in case Guardian ever feels a bit confident that he can just do anything. He'll have some Zealots again in his mineral line. See it moving in now.
So it is going to move in there, and this army now decides to run back.
Warping in a sentry, actually.
I think he was going to maybe try and get... you do see a lot of players actually creating chokes around the mineral line. This Warp Prism slowly losing health, but does manage to get out of there. And then Ryung has decided to take a base behind it, but I don't know. Guardian's looking pretty good position.
In a pretty big lead right now.
He's got that Immortal out. Oh, he's got multiple Immortals out now. Got up to the 3 Immortals against Ryung, only with the 1 Immortal at this stage. And he's... Let's see, he's just going to chrono the Robo a bit, maybe take a bit of a step back, have a bit of a think about it. He's put the Twilight Council down.
Yeah, I think Ryung really wanted to. I think he wanted to end the game with that 1 base push, but just seeing so much kind of defense by Guardian. Guardian is playing a very good game, getting out all those Immortals, playing a little bit better than Ryung actually. So you see he's so far ahead now in the workers count as well. Only 28 harvesters to 40 in favor of Guardian. Just because he's had that natural up for so much longer than Ryung. He's only really just got his natural established now.
That's it, yeah. He's just trying to, I guess you could say, profit on his expansion, you know, just kind of like regroup a little bit. You know, he's got his Immortals there. He's adding on production structures now just to kind of support that natural. But other than that, I think he's playing pretty solidly at this stage.
Yeah, both players playing really well. Just got to see how Ryung can pull this off. He's got to get... if he goes out and chooses to do some maybe Immortal drops or something while engaging at the front, just trying to take the lead any way he can, kind of with some favourable battles, some favourable exchanges.
That's right, and Guardian has now started the Dark Shrine.
Now the motto is when behind Dark Shrine, but you know what? When you're in front, a Dark Shrine can't hurt.
That's... Wow, that's that's quality. That's quality. But yeah, it looks like he could be going to try and get that DT presence. Although Guardian does, Ryung does have quite a few observers out right now. Looks like he's going to maybe try.
Ryung has an observer with his main army, so Guardian would want to go for kind of mineral harass with those DTs because they're not going to really be able to attack the army at all since that observer is there. He might just be getting the DT shrine to get Archons. I mean, but generally, you see, I mean, what you see Ryung doing is he's got that Templar Archives to get in High Templar and turning them into Archons, so...
That's right.
We'll just see what happens. +2 is on the way for Guardian, so those DTs will actually do a lot of damage. Probably, is that one-shot probes? One-shot probes when they've got +2?
They one-shot probes when they've... I'm pretty sure they one-shot probes when they're just on 0.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty
DTs
sure.
are so strong.
It depends.
So strong.
Yeah. Because it's the same case with Marines as well. They can just one-shot the Marines with that little blade of theirs, but upgrades never hurt either, so...
Yeah.
But let's see. This Warp Prism is just kind of lingering out the front of Guardian's base, but he does have that observer there, ready to spot anything that's going to try and come in, and he's going to...
Upgrade complete.
Check out what's going on with this army. He knows about those Archons and all that kind of stuff.
Currently, 5 DTs being warped in at that 3rd or 4th position.
See, there you go. And they all... Oh, there we go. He's going to warp another one in. Maybe some more Archons, or are we going to go all out DTs?
Yeah. Well, it is an even number of 6, so they could make 3 Immortals math if my math skills are correct.
Yeah, they can make 3 Archons, that is.
Yeah.
There you go. But no, they are ready to be married if they're all good to go. But I don't know, I think Guardian just kind of focusing on the macro a little bit. And over actually that period of time, Ryung has actually caught up a little bit in supply. He's actually got the supply gap down to 10 now, and only behind by 11 harvesters now. So starting to catch up a little bit. It'd be interesting to see. We've got, wow, DT, a few more Zealots getting warped in, and it'd be interesting to see whether he goes for the Zealots or the Archons, noting that Ryung does have that detection over his army, but I'm not sure the Guardian actually knows about that.
Well, if Guardian actually has his own observer, he can possibly snipe the observer of Ryung, and then those DTs will actually shred up that army. So I think he's just keeping them as DTs, keeping the options open to discover whether or not Ryung does have a detector out to be able to recognize those DTs, and if he does, then he might just morph them into Archons and actually have a really powerful army there.
That's right, but there's a lot of DTs here. Up to the DT count is now 10.
Wow, that's a lot,
I think this is going to be a pretty big battle. The Colossus is out for Ryung, but
Thermal Lance about to be done as well.
he does. Does he have this? Does he have the observer? He's still got the observer there in the army.
Nice force fields on those stalkers.
Oh, very nice force fields. The DTs are in there, but there is just so much stuff here. Oh, so much going on. But, oh, nice. The force fields have just kept out those reinforcements, and the Immortals are just going down. DT is doing a lot of damage in there, but there was just so many Archons. Ryung actually managed to hold that off.
Ryung actually taking out that whole army. Now is in the lead.
Wow. Seen more DTs getting morphed in down here. I think Guardian might have almost been relying on that there's no detection and the DTs just kind of carve everything up, but that observer was with that army, so it seems as though that Ryung's had a little bit of practice at DTs being mixed in there.
Yeah, as well with those stalkers getting cut off by the force fields, they won't actually be able to get in contact to reach. Like maybe he planned to kind of snipe, like get the stalkers to snipe that observer of Ryung, but since they were stuck in the back there, they might not have been able to get it. So
that's true.
Very favourable exchange for Ryung there, now taking that middle base.
See DTs.
And these DTs running in though now.
Missed the force field, but I don't know, these DTs. Oh, there's so many probes here. This observer is on its way back, so he's going to have a bit of a field day on them, but the Colossi just taking out those DTs almost instantly. And the Zealot there along with it too, but looks like Guardian's just gone back into making Immortals, but Ryung just at a massive supply lead at the moment.
And Ryung is going to move out now with this army. Not much at home for Guardian to defend with.
That's true. He's got +3 on the way. Also, this is looking very scary, and I think those nice force fields, really clutch plays, might have actually just put him back into the game. Looks like this Warp Prism
definitely, look at this.
Bound to get sniped and
this
goes
army is
down.
so scary from Ryung. There's pretty much nothing Guardian can do at this point. I mean, some DTs being warped in. It's got a lot of Zealots, a lot of Stalkers, but this army is going to be too much, I think.
So yeah, the observer's there. Ryung's popped the panic button on that sentry, and the Colossi just doing huge amounts of damage to this army. And the Archons there taking everything from the front. Zealots coming in, taking out all the Stalkers, and this army, it looks like it's going to be cleaned up by Ryung, and it looks like he's just going to proceed to take everything out in the main. And Guardian, who looked like he once had a very good opportunity to win, looks like it might have slipped away.
I'm going to say he's going to get knocked out, Matt. We will be seeing GG very momentarily.
That's right. All those gateways getting powered down right now.
Well, we see that there's DTs in the natural of Ryung, though. Racking out some kills. No kind of detection to deal with these, so
that's
maybe
right.
Guardian wants to go to a base race or something like that, but he can't actually engage this army of Ryung because it's just so scary.
See, especially while that observer's there, if he actually manages to snipe the observer, he'd be okay, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He's an observer coming out of the robo, and he gets another one out, so these DTs are going to be shut down pretty soon. DT's really killing these Stalkers very fast.
Well, they are.
But let's see.
Yeah, these Dark Templar having like 9 kills on them. Just so strong.
And it looks like Ryung is going to return home and leave the Guardian Expo.
I think Ryung really should. Oh, he's going to leave. No, he's turning back. He doesn't know which way to go.
He doesn't know where to go right now.
Should leave a few Stalkers down because we see to take out that natural bit, he's just going to bring his whole army back. We see Guardian actually making a new base down at the bottom. So it's going to be a pretty big base race at the moment. Those DTs getting taken care of. Guardian isn't ready to GG though. A
So
lot of
you've got-
stuff warping in, a
got
lot of gateways on the way.
Such a massive bang. 2.7k minerals, 800 gas. It's disappointing to lose when you've got so much money, but you know, all those gateways got powered down, stopped the production, and he's just warping more in now, but I'm not really sure if he can actually stop the momentum of this army.
Yeah, it's going to take so long for Guardian to get an army that will actually be able to fight this army of Ryong. So it's just going to be, can he hide? Can Guardian hide from Ryong? We see Ryong's army coming down, scouting. The observer scouting the 4th now. We'll be able to warp in a lot of stuff from those gateways.
I don't know if it's going to be enough though.
It's not going to be enough, Matt. I'm saying it now. It's not going to be enough. There is kind of an Artosis pylon there. We see probes getting pulled, trying to combat this army. It's not going to be enough. No, they're just going to run away. The probes aren't going to be used. No point in sacrificing some probes.
I think, yeah, the cybernetics core wasn't quite actually finished either, so I couldn't get stalkers out. So it's only going to be zealots, and the Colossi are going to be able to deal with those zealots pretty easily. Colossi, yeah, pretty much taking this expansion out now. And it looks like Guardian's going to try and do another counterattack, but I don't know, this army is just massive.
Yeah, this army is way too strong. It's 3-2 now. But Guardian really doesn't want to give up. We're going to see him just move around the base. These zealots coming in now trying to do any damage they can. They're going to see that 3rd of Ryong.
So it looks like he's going to try and transfer up to the top, but it looks as though Ryong has taken it already. And I don't think that this can actually go for much longer. Guardian just constantly losing stuff, and he's going to throw down a bunch of pylons here. He's got these zealots. Actually managed to take out this expansion, so he hasn't done such a bad job just yet. But I don't know if he can just kill this death ball.
Well, Ryong does have a lot of pylons placed around the map now, so it's gonna be. Guardian is going for that base race. He really wants to just destroy everything and not face Ryong's army, but I don't think he actually doesn't have enough to be able to keep going like this. Because I mean, Ryong's army is pretty fast. It's not a slow army. He doesn't have anything that's kind of slowing him down, so it is a pretty fast army as well as Guardian's been a fast army.
That's right, so it looks like he's just going to be taking all of this out now. And Guardian has actually managed to take out another base. So he's not actually faring too badly in this base race, considering putting Ryong down to no mining bases. Again, he's having to long-range mine from the natural, and these zealots are going to come down here.
These zealots need to take out those production facilities and just take out buildings on their way. They can't really run away. I don't know where they're going. They should really take out every building they see.
That's right, and it looks like Ryong's army wants to go home, wants to knock off for the night.
But here we go. Ryong's going to take out this base, and then Guardian will be revealed. No, he's got that other base built at the bottom.
He's got two bases currently in production right now. But let's see. Zealots streaming in to these pylons. He wants to take out the main. He wants to get these production structures, but he has no pylons right now. And I'm not sure that he can deal with this army, even if Ryong was just a split.
Here it comes, Matt.
But these zealots are going to be trapped.
Going to be able to run away. Yep. Guardian's army coming back now, just going to take out all these zealots.
See, zealots can't really do much at all against this army. This army is just way too big.
We currently see just 8 probes left on the map for Guardian. But the good news is, losing all those zealots, he's no longer supply blocked, man.
What a miracle.
So it is currently 145 to 9. Now we haven't ever seen some clutch plays that have actually come back and won the game from 145 to 10 supply, but you know, maybe we'll see it in this game, Matt.
You never know. You can't rule it out.
I'm not going to be that guy. I don't think I'm so pro that I can kind of still forecast the winner of this game, but if I was a betting man, I would put it all on Ryong, even though the odds would be pretty low at this point in the game. So yeah, this game is really over, guys. just got to wait for Guardian to kind of understand that he's dead and that he can't win.
Tap out.
There he
Ryung
goes.
actually isn't mining anymore, but it doesn't really matter.
They both
there's
played
the
well.
GG.
They both played really well. I think it was very hard for Guardian to kind of type out GG since he was so, he was kind of playing really well at the start of the game, but then just in that engage, having Ryung really kind of playing some clutch with those force fields, kind of keeping those stalkers at the back. They weren't able to get in with the main composition of the army, so they did get a bit of damage, things like that. Really put Ryung over the edge, and that's when he kind of started the ball rolling for him to win the game. Yeah.
It's yeah, it was. I don't know. It was pretty extended. I don't know if you could actually have anything that could bring it back at this stage, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I think Guardian over-invested in those DTs, and he wasn't able to turn them into Archons in time before they just died without really doing too much damage to the army. Investing so heavily in DTs, you're really hoping that they don't have a detector. So yeah, in my opinion, Guardian should have had a bit better scouting, making sure that just like knowing whether or not Ryung did have a detector in his army composition. He did kind of sacrifice a few observers trying to see that, but I don't know if he noticed that, because he tried to put observers over the army, but they just kind of got killed straight away. So maybe he didn't notice that they were killed straight away.
That's right. Yeah, it's
Or maybe he was just hoping that he could just kind of snipe the observer with his stalkers, but then they got stuck at the back because of those awesome force fields.
They actually were really nice force fields. So I don't know.
You really got to with those force fields. You got to decide. Okay, I want just let a few army trickle in and then cut off and stuff like that. Like it's really really good.
That's right, but we are going to be starting our next game on Entombed Valley, which is another pretty fun map. Can you remember what Entombed Valley is now?
Yep.
Yep.
Coming up for me in the screen, so I can see it
Oh,
now.
is it?
It's with those rocks in between the third.
That map with those rocks. Oh,
Yeah, that map with the rocks.
narrowing it down, and we're going to have a TVT as well. TVTs are wicked.
TVTs are so fun.
They actually are. Yeah. Not going to lie, going into the game now. And let's do it. We have got,
Here we go.
starting off in the bottom right-hand corner as the blue Terran.
MGG Titan.
And now moving up to the top right-hand corner, cross position as the red Terran.
Insure.
Insure. Okay, got it. I think. Maybe. We'll see.
Do you think I got it? Insure? Shout out to the awesome clan of MGG, says MGG Titan.
There you
He's
go.
a little bit biased there. We have cast MGG before in some of these clan wars.
We have.
A pretty solid clan in my opinion, Matt. I'm not a part or associated with MGG, but I do enjoy them. They seem to be a pretty fun clan.
They did, and we cast a tournament just recently, the Pandarine Bronze Silver Open, and an MGG player also won that. I'm not sure if they play for MGG anymore, but I can remember they were an MGG player then. So
Yeah, I believe it was an MGG face-off for the winner.
There you go.
MGG players.
There you go, just putting that out there. But pretty standard sort of openers from both players at the moment, going, that standard sort of racks timing. It isn't the 13 racks timing, it is the 12 racks timing, but big deal.
So whenever I try to do that 13 racks timing, I often then mess up my SCV production, so it ends up being the equivalent of a 12 racks anyway, because I missed that timing on the SCV.
You just build to like 16 supply, right?
I do, but
denies that supply depot. This is going to be massive, but
looks like Inishua. Is that it? Inshua? Anyway, looks like he will be moving to Egypt because he is in denial. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Well, someone says the stream is laggy. Again, it's actually on Twitch's end, our stream lagging, because it says we don't drop any frames. It has been. It's just for today. See if anyone is anyone else lagging. I don't know. Hopefully it's not.
For me, says flame from flame in flyer. Sorry, I didn't really read that quickly, so I just kind of mumbled the second bit. But here we
Oh
go.
my-
That sees MGG getting some scouting information there.
Yeah, it does scout the no refineries on either the gas, which does follow up with that command center first, which both players are going to be doing.
I love that. I love so many Terrans just can get away with building the no gas
No gas CC.
command center. Yeah, no gas CC.
Well, yeah, it's been identical actually all the way for these players. With I'm sorry, it's just
Getting distracted by chat.
Yeah,
I gotta put
yeah.
the laptop down. Sorry.
It was funny
Put
though.
the laptop down. Focusing on the game now. I did have a little bit of a thing in my head. I had a little bit of a seizure.
Well, if anybody was wondering, which I'm pretty sure that you're not, but anyway, Ammon and I, we have cast 2 clan wars and now this in the last 24 hours, so we're on a roll. We're getting through there, but no, there we go, straight back into the game now, and yeah, as we're saying, CC first. You know, nice and easy. Usually do follow it up with the 2 racks, followed by the 2 refineries as well, or vice versa.
Yeah. And we saw that MGG Titan was actually trying to do a little bit of harass at the front, forced out a bunker being built by Inishua. But these 4 Marines will take out these 2 Marines pretty easily.
Yeah, needs to be careful with those 2 Marines. Can't really afford to lose anything at this stage. Managed just actually get that Marine out of there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty well played, but here we go. Here's the Marines at the
Nice
top
Marine
of the
spread
ramp.
at the top of that ramp, yeah.
Ready for that push out, and Nishua just gonna just check up on things, make sure that Expo's there, I'm pretty sure. And he's going, yep,
Sees it.
check that off, the things to do before you die. Find an
Not
Expo.
going to see any crazy one base all-in kind of things.
That's right, both players playing pretty standard with Inishua taking that, starting stim packs now, so maybe going to go for some more bio-based play.
Looks like both players are
yeah.
going to go for that high bio. Neither player really getting an early factory, so going to hold off a little bit. Engineering bay going down for Inishua, so maybe he's going to do a very kind of heavy bio play, getting upgrades, you know, 1-1 that you do get from the engineering bay, guys, in case you were wondering where you got 1-1 from. You do get that from an eBay.
That's true.
Now both players actually getting factories, so very similar builds for these players.
Yeah, very, very similar. Titan has actually pulled ahead a little bit on supply, has actually got a few more harvesters in there as well, so maybe just a little bit more on top of things in terms of macro. But I don't know, they're keeping the production tabs pretty high, so keeping the minerals low as well. They're both playing pretty good at this stage.
Yeah, and a scan goes down for Nishua, seeing that factory's on the way building.
Okay, actually, yeah, pretty much revealing everything that this base has to offer. He's going to follow that with the starport. Might see a reactor going down. There it is on that factory. Get that medevac production started, and it looks like Titan could be ready to do this. He's got some Marines out. Going to take control of the map at least.
Yeah, definitely moving across. Going to get that Zelnaga. Important that Zelnaga in the mid ground. But yeah, we do. When we see that close proximity on that starport and the factory, generally you're going to see a tech switch over. So neither player really going for tanks at this point, which is really refreshing to see in a TVT, because generally you're going to see tanks in a TVT rather.
That's true.
Stumbling
Yeah,
over my words.
tanks
My tongue gets
are.
in the way.
Oh, what an annoying muscle, right? No,
So annoying.
Yeah, you usually normally see the heavy tank production along with the bio, but looks like he's going to go land this factory, get those tanks underway pretty much immediately. And this is a lot of Marines. Marine count getting very high for both players. Titan currently on 31 to Inishua's 24.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all that separates these players at the moment. Medivac's out. I'm going to assume that both players are going to start siege tank production, but it's pretty much like it's mirror at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see these players doing very similar builds. More Medivac's about to pop for Inishua. And he's getting ready to take his third as well, building that command center up in his base. So currently there's actually so many Marines out for Titan. He should throw down a scan, but they're gonna come in the middle, Matt.
Oh, here we go. Stim going down for both players. Both pretty even as well. Medivac's healing it out. But Titan has just got a few more Marines in there and had the +1 finish just at the right time, just as that battle started.
Definitely.
And here we go.
SCV's being pulled for Inishua.
Another engagement here. More Marines coming in. That Medivac actually gets sniped off there.
It's so important to keep that Medivac. Now the healing rate of the one Medivac isn't going to be able to match the two, so these Marines are going to be a little tougher. But Inishua are going to try and take them down. Marine count is very high. They're going to chase down these Marines, try and get it. Going to try and snipe those Medivacs. Stimming. But the tank is out for Titan.
See, one of those Medivacs.
This tank actually. No. Oh.
Whoa.
That one tank will just explode that Terran. That Marine.
That headshot. Critical.
Headshot with the tank. Well, can you really define a headshot with a tank, or is it just a whole explosion?
Critical hit. The hitbox was just pretty much all over that Marine. So, but here we go. More Marines, more Medivacs, and more tanks on the way. Same thing from both players at this stage, but we do see Titan adding on another engineering bay and also that armory too. So we're going to probably see some upgrades coming out pretty shortly.
Titan does currently have the lead in the barracks, so we'll be producing a bit more Marines, a bit more of everything. Getting that second factory build as well. Do we see a second factory for Nishua? Nope. Choosing to go a bit more with the Medivacs. He's got some tanks out to defend. I don't know if he's going to be very offensive with those tanks, but we see now Titan's army moving out across the map.
See, and this is pretty good timing as well, because Nishua has got this Medivac on the way to do this drop, and it looks like it's going to scout this third base, and Titan is pretty out of position to deal with this drop right now. He's dropping. Guess we're going to see SCV's pull, but there's going to be a big engage. Oh, the tanks are sieged up already on the high ground. Nice splits though to get around these tanks. Units getting a little bit crumpled up, but he does take out those tanks, and the siege tanks on the low ground doing a lot of damage. But these Marines, looks like they're going to deny this third base here. But Titan just doing so much damage in the natural right now, and looks like the natural is gone.
We'll go down, scanning to see what kind of compositions up at the front. The tank not siege, rather.
Tank not siege just yet, and it looks as though Nishua is forced to pull probes. The workers killed is 50 to 5 right now.
Here we see another drop going into the natural of Titan. Titan pulling all these SCVs to try and deal with this, bringing some Marines home to try and take out these other Marines.
Let's see though, Titan has just got so much in the main base right now. The third is still mining for Nishua, and these drops are proving to be very, very effective, but Titan has just got such a massive army at this stage. I don't know. Oh, it looks like...
Yeah, Titan knows that he's got this game if he just doesn't lose his main, so he's just pulling Marines there, letting the Marines take out the natural, and he's just going to be able to defend these Marines right now.
That's right, he's going to take out these Marines in this drop, which has pretty much cancelled out all hope for Nishua. It is 27 supply to 104. There's the GG. Off.
Really, really solid play by MGG there, MGG Titan.
And that's why TVTs are awesome.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it when they don't go heavy siege lines, Matt. Just because I'm a lazy caster. Just so I don't have to pad for so much time as we see in our TVT with those siege tank lines with nothing really going on. They can get interesting. But generally not going to have a fun time if it's siege lines. And I love these two gamers, these two players, because that was such a good kind of gameplay. Very similar builds, but you see MGG Titan just really stacking those Marines and kind of overwhelming Inishua there, and just had a good time because Inishua was going for those double drops, so his Marine count was a little bit low at home and not being able to hold off that full army by Titan as he just ran up there and kind of killed the tanks. Tanks did get a few kills on those Marines, but it just wasn't enough for Inishua to hold off, unfortunately. So, can we go on do you think we have time for a break, Matt, at all?
I think just while we get our next game, we'll just have a really quick break. I'm going to go grab like a glass of water or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to go have a water break.
Awesome, so we'll...
Our friends put it.
There you go. So
Go anywhere, guys.
Stick around for the fun, getting close to the end now as well. And hopefully we'll have a game for you guys in around 2 or 3 minutes. Back! Yeah! I've got
we're back.
got interface all over Ammon, but we cool. We cool.
I was still Googling stuff.
You're still Googling stuff?
It's Googling sexy Korean girls.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Press 1 in the chat if you're a fan of sexy Korean girls. Oh, what just happened? I was trying to give everyone the link to the forum on SC2SEA for the Gold Platinum Open, Gold Platinum Diamond Open. And I've actually refreshed the chat so the whole chat has been wiped out for me.
Oh, what are you doing?
What am I doing? What a noob.
What are we up to? What are we up to? The is this the round of 8?
I don't know, man. do we have a tournament bracket?
I had my bracket. I had the bracket. I had it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
I'm just gonna finish my coffee here.
All right, we got this. We got this. All right. No, we don't got this. I don't know where it is.
We don't know where it is.
I've lost it. What?
Oh, no.
Awesome. Awesome.
Trying to find this out, guys. We could have done this in the break, but unfortunately we're too busy getting water and going to the toilet and things like that.
There you go. Look, I've got a drink. This is apple raspberry cordial. I haven't really had much of this before. Have you tried this before?
Apple raspberry cordial?
Hmm.
No, Matt, I've never tried apple raspberry cordial in my life.
Is that sarcasm?
Of course I have.
Oh, okay.
That
All right.
is sarcasm. Slash sarcasm.
I'm sorry.
This is waters. What link did I... Why is my link different?
Well,
Goose pasted the tournament bracket. There we go. That's
good guy Goose. I can remember we actually did cast Dr. Goose a little while ago in something.
Did we?
We did. We did.
Oh, Chillavet. Oh, Chillavet Osliam. That's crazy. I did meet Osliam at WCS. He's a pretty cool guy, but Chilla is actually a friend. So,
It's true.
Yep. Are we ready to get into this game now, Matt?
Yeah, well, we pretty much everyone in the chat, right, is
What?
the stream chat. It's great. The flame. Yeah, actually, you know what? I can't say it either.
We were trying to Flamin' Flyer.
Oh, it's easy.
Flyer?
It's easy, but
So easy. Flamin' Flyer. It's just because I was so far away when I looked at it, it kind of looked jumbled to me. So Flamin' Flyer.
oh
It's really easy. So easy. Flamin' Flyer.
no! Wow, it's taking it to the next level right now.
Here we go.
But
We're going to see a TVP with Titan in the game again versus someone who I'm not going to name yet. You got to wait for that for the
Mystery.
announcement.
mystery.
And now, is this actually a best of 3 now?
Don't know. Finding out. Finding out right now. Don't know what round it is. Don't know where we're at. It is a best of 3 though.
Actually, I'm looking at
Surprise,
the tournament
Tasia.
bracket. I'm looking at the tournament bracket, Matt, and I don't see Titan in there. Actually,
He might have another name. I don't know.
he might be under an alias, so
I
he might
know.
be as Prometheus or Toki. I don't know. Very strange, actually.
We're but yeah. So there you go. Look at Dr. Goose. Bang, bang, bang with the answers in the stream chat.
Cool, man.
But
Look, Chris, you are a baller. You are a very good guy. VGGG. Very good guy, good.
no, I'm trying. There you go.
Right. It's Tasia.
It's
Surprise.
just-
Titan is actually Tasia.
No, that's the player that we haven't revealed yet.
Oh, what?
That's
That's who Tasia. Oh, yeah.
You missed the timing. Just shh. Go on in the game now, guys. We're gonna find out. And here we go in the bottom right-hand corner again, spawning as the Blue Terran.
Titan.
And there it is. And moving to the top left corner as the new opponent, the Red Protoss.
Grizz.
That lovely Nexus right there, and it looks as though Grizz is going to be scouting off that 9 pylon, most likely going to go and do some harass. Bit of harass there on the workers, most likely.
Oh, yeah.
But
Casters? Titan asking if we can tell him the answer. We're not going to tell him the answer, are we? Can we even? We can talk.
I'm way too busy drinking my apple raspberry.
Oh yeah, you like the apple rice?
Whoa! I almost spilled it.
That would be disastrous.
If
Suddenly the stream just collapses because of apple raspberry cordial.
we were that was close. I assume everyone might have actually heard me knock the glass just then, but it's all good. And look at this SCV building. Oh, there we go. It was jammed up in the middle of the barracks just then. Harassed that probe, yeah. No idea how, but it managed to jam itself in there some way. And actually, I did see a video previously where I'm not sure if it happens now still, but one of the barracks got like the SCV. Like, look at this SCV. It's like not building it properly. But anyway, it got cancelled. It like got stopped like just before it finished, and the scaffolding was all still around it. And then as soon as the next SCV came, as soon as it came in contact with it, it finished and the scaffolding stayed on it.
Oh, yeah.
And you could like lift up the barracks with the scaffolding actually still on it, so it was still in building mode. Even though the barracks had finished, it was in a team game. I can't remember where I seen it now. It might have been on day 9 or somewhere there.
That is mad. Now we're going to see Grizz probably put that pylon up there to warp in,
and you see
units in a later game. That kind of meta going on.
You see, this is why a lot of people don't like Antigua. It's because you can put a pylon up here, especially in PVZ. Put a pylon up here, and Lings or anything like that have to run all the way around, all the way past the other expo to the corner of the map, basically, to get this pylon where you have this warp in location just below the 3rd base. So it's a very, very good spot to put a forward pylon.
Oh, definitely. But we see the Terran going for that no-gas expand. It is so popular with Terrans these days. And following up with the 2 racks. Might see some 2 racks pressure kind of thing. Maybe not. There's no gas going up yet. And 3 racks.
3 racks.
Coming out, that Zealot coming in, trying to do some damage to those Marines. Got to be really careful. Pulling them back, putting down that bunker.
This might... I don't know. There's a lot of chrono boost saved up. Probably going to see, there we go, there's that Nexus going to go down, and then we're going to maybe see some probes chrono boosted out after it.
That probe probably feeling a little bit sick now, just going back and forth so much. Getting a little bit dizzy.
A little bit dizzy.
We see these Zealots almost taking down that bunker, but not quite, and these Marines will drive it home, guys, to get 1 Zealot. But in comes the Stalker now, which is going to be actually pretty effective against these Marines until that bunker's done. But actually losing the Zealot, so this Stalker's going to try and run up there, do some damage. Got to be very careful. That shield will go down.
Does need to be very careful, yeah.
There we go, and now that Stalker won't be able to harass anymore. And very good play by Titan, not really losing anything and getting 2 Zealots.
Playing it very safe, yeah. Got a lot of barracks here, a lot of production to get that out early, just in case there's any aggression by Grizz just in the early game.
Yeah, now we see Titan moving his SCV up to see if it's going to be a 1-base play or if Grizz has got that expansion. Does see the Nexus going down. It's going to see everything in here since he was so out of position, didn't really have anything to stop any kind of scouting from Titan.
Look at that.
Cybernetics core. Look at this SCV.
Very arrogant.
Very ambitious SCV.
Yeah. Taking it out on that Nexus.
Yeah, also, as we analyse the map, we see Grizz has put down that pylon which can warp into the lower ground near that 3rd base. Stim on the way for Titan.
See, so this SCV is going to be taken out by that Stalker pretty easily. I'd say that Grizz is going to be able to maintain map control for a little while now, knowing that Titan does only have that Marine count, but he's got a lot of Marines.
It is a lot of Marines. Looks like he's going to move out with these Marines. He's going to see if he can take that map control, take that Zelnaga. Protoss actually has nothing to really defend. He's got a Sentry and Stalker, and that's it. Wanting to get at those Colossi, going for a very early Colossi kind of thing. It's going to have to be careful against these Marines, though, because the Marine count is pretty high, Matt.
Marine count is very high, but I have to say, Grizz just needs to hold them for a little bit longer. Got that robotics bay on the way out. As soon as that Colossus production starts, these Marines are going to become pretty redundant.
Yeah, pretty redundant. Not expendable. But we see Titan coming home. So, in favour of Grizz now. Actually, he's going to be able to comfortably get out some Colossi.
So yeah, and he has got that second base now. If we go to the harvest account, it is 38 to 41. Remember, Terran does have the use of mules, so they will be able to keep pretty ahead in economy just on 2 base, being able to have 2 mules in operation at the same time, and it looks as though supplies are now even.
Supplies even, but Titan does not know that the robotics bay is out, but I think he assumes that he's probably going to face some, because we see that reactor building on the factory with the starport on the way in the main base of Titan. more barracks going down, so he's going to keep in favour of the bio play. Wants to go for that high bio play. Not going to mech up or anything, Matt. We don't generally see mech versus Protoss, though it can be effective in the early game if you do a big push with like tanks. We've seen previously that actually did work effectively against the Protoss, but we're not going to see it in this game.
Let's see, yeah, this factory is going to be sent off to scout, but he's going to get that medivac production going, which, I don't know, like he does need the medivacs, but he really does need the Vikings also. But Grizz, like, playing pretty greedy right now.
Yeah.
Really not much in terms of army at this stage, but he is adding on a lot of production structures. He's got charge on the way as well.
That army is, still very small for Grizz, and now with those medivacs out, Titan's going to feel pretty confident to take even more map control, and he's going to probably do an engage here.
Oh yeah, this is going to be pretty big. He's got some.
Have a lot of energy. Sorry.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bio here. The zealot count is pretty low. Stim is completed. Concussive shells is done, and let's see. He sees that Colossi there. And he's going to actually wall that off, but the medivacs are there. He could actually elevate it up into the base pretty easy.
He could indeed. There is 2 Colossi out, but not much to support him. More Zealots on the way. Terran just regenning their health, and they're going to come in and try and get some damage done.
Let's see, so
1 Colossi going down. Good force was dropping him back. Titan may just run away after getting that 1 Colossi. Basically, what you want to do as Terran is just keep the army of Protoss very small, so you should feel pretty happy about getting the Colossi down. Just waiting for some reinforcements now.
At this stage as well, Grizz really doesn't have any anti-air, so I think Titan could be in a very good position to drop at this point, either like up into the main or anything like that, just because the Colossi are pretty slow. And as well, you could almost drop on top of the Colossi if you really wanted to, but there's a lot of bio, and the Vikings are out too. This is looking very scary. You just need to be very careful. And these Vikings are actually going to be able to do a lot of damage. There's only the Stalkers there. And it's going to be splitting against this army, but the Vikings sitting there doing a lot of damage, and they look like they're going to be able to take out... There's 1 Colossi down. Titan just needs to be careful with this army. And the Vikings look like they might even take down another Colossi.
No, they do get killed by those sentries, but now the army...
That Colossi is just on such low health. Another Viking coming in as well. Zealot's being whopped in. That second Colossi goes down as well. And there's so many Marauders. They got such high health. And the Medivac's doing a good job to heal too, and being able to kite those Zealots down. But the Medivac's all out of energy right now. So much healing, so much stimming being done. And this Expo is in a little bit of trouble at the moment. That Viking's going to go follow that Colossus up. Oh, it wants to shoot it. It wants to shoot it.
Probe's being pulled, but they're not able to do enough damage against this high DPS army of Titan. He's just got too much, I think. Protoss trying to pull his army up at the top there. Maybe going to let the Nexus go down. He's going to try and get a nice angle with that Colossi. Pulling
Let's see, there's no anti-air to kill this Viking.
More Zealots. Really nothing that can shoot up, so that Viking is just going to take control of this game. That Colossi will go down.
I think that Viking's actually on the same hotkey as the army, so each time he tries to move the army away, the Viking goes with it.
Yeah, and that Colossi actually surviving with 5 HP.
Manages to keep it alive, and it looks as though Titan wants to go back home.
Yeah, Titan's just going to play it safe. He thinks, I've done a lot of damage here. I'm just going to go home. Was there actually any engages back at home for Titan? I wasn't paying attention, sorry. But that command center at the 3rd has been lifted off and moved a little bit, so maybe there were some things going on behind the scenes that we missed, Matt.
That could be the case. I don't know. I try to keep on top of the
main force.
Yeah,
main
so much going on, so much multitasking for even for us to keep up with it, and can't imagine what it's going to be like for the players right at this point. But let's see, there's so many Zealots. Grizz is just missing their the gas here, but like this is what we're talking about. Even in the behind the scenes, this pylon that's up in the main, it's so close to the 3rd. But here we go, back to the engage. Titan gonna go for it. There's so many Zealots that have all got Zealot legs. But these Vikings taking out the Colossi just because there's no anti-air really at this stage, and this is a very big army.
Oh,
Scans going down.
Archons.
Archons.
It's going to take too long to morph into Archons to be really of any help, though.
And there's the GG!
Really strong gameplay by Titan there, knowing when Protoss was weak, when they're going for those Colossi. It's that kind of mark before the 16-minute point when Protoss does have enough Colossi out to hold off that big kind of bio play.
And that was a lot. Titan, you know what? Titan is good at making units.
Titan is really good at making units.
Titan is good at making units. Yeah, in both games, actually showing that they can just be like, cool, gonna knuckle down macro now, get my expo up, and then here's an army, try and deal with this. What are you gonna do about it? But I don't know. He's playing pretty solid tonight, so you can't really argue with that at all.
No way. I'm not gonna argue with you, Matt. But this is a best of 3, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's a best of 3.
We will see Grizz now pick his map.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they do like a veto structure or...
They do. I believe that they have one veto.
They have one veto, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, in a tournament that I played in, you had your vetoes, and then you had like the map that you played if there's like 3 maps left after all of your vetoes, like you're taking in turns vetoing, and then there's only 3 maps left, and then you pick which map you want to play on if you lose. So you have like your designated first map, and then
yes,
and you can just pick like your losing map. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't. It was you pick which map you want to play on if you want when you lose, and then the other map that's left is the map that you play on first. So kind of interesting though, still. But it looks as though that Grizz will be picking his next map. Gonna get already a nice a Protoss map. Is always pretty good. Antigua is not bad for Terran. You do have those nice wall pin positions, but overall, I don't know. Like I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good for Terran. Like I think tank play against in like ZVT and stuff like that's pretty good. But I don't know. It can go either way. Let's see. Someone asked in the chat, how'd you go in that tournament? I lost.
That tournament you were beaten by Schnitzel, was it?
Mm-hmm. And then I had a meeting to go to, but I was matched up against T-Gun in my next round, so I was in a fair bit of trouble. Not gonna lie.
You were in trouble either way. So here we have
my
next map. Our favourite map, probably, Matt. Is it our favourite map?
It's our favourite style of map.
It's our favourite style.
Not giving anything away. As well in my first round match, because there was the losers bracket as well. I was against T-Gun in the losers bracket, right? Only T-Gun, yeah, sure, whatever. But I was also up against Iagus in my first game.
And you bet Iagus, didn't you?
The StarCraft gods sent down a broken client for Iagus, and he couldn't play against me, so I got a walkover. But
but you can put that on your resume. You did beat Iagus.
Right. I had a walkover against him. Don't think that counts. But anyway, bam, we're going to be straight into it. I think you can reveal it. Or actually, you know what? We'll put it up to the stream chats. I know a few of you guys would know. What is the designated beach of StarCraft? Go. Here you go. We'll give you guys a sec. I'm going to have a drink of this apple raspberry because it's delicious.
Oh, no. They
got Belshire! Wrong. You're wrong! Oh, no. We're going to go into the game now, guys. It is Ohana. Oh, everyone's saying Belshire. You guys, Belshire is a swamp.
Yeah, it's maybe called Belshire Beach, but it's actually a horrible beach. I've been there myself. I had to wear gumboots. It was so horrible. I tried to wear thongs there. I just sunk into up to my shins.
We are such bad people, Ammon. But no, you guys have to look at it. You guys have to look at it.
Look at how much sunnier it is at Ohana. Look at it.
Yeah, look, and you've got this lovely
there's a campfire there, Matt. Look.
Oh, there you go. Look, the campfire's there, and you've got this nice little island, and
that little channel.
The little channel,
and a bit of a fish,
and the beach.
Cast your rods in there.
There you go. Look at that. But who would have thought? Who would have thought we're here for a game of StarCraft? So let's get this started. We have got spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, coming out of a win in that last match, the Blue Terran.
Titan.
And there we go. And moving to the top left-hand corner, spawning as the Red Protoss.
Grizz.
Seeing a few of you in there, here for the beaches, not for the StarCraft. Expected.
Yeah, have your beach balls ready. I wish this was a TBZ or a ZVZ and see some beach balls come down, but we're not going to see any beach balls today.
Throwing down the beach balls, yeah. But it's gonna.
I came here to get beaches.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Play on words. You're so tricky. You're so tricky, but
So tricky.
so tricky. But here we go. This barracks finishing up. Gonna get this Marine out to deal with this probe, and we might see a command center following this up. The no gas expand again.
Yeah, we could see that. There isn't a gas down right at this moment, which usually get that gas if you want to get an early siege tank or something like that. Early marauders, you'll generally see that gas timing go down just a little bit after that barracks, but we do see that command center go down now.
Command center gets thrown down, and
Throwing it down.
let's see. It looks like this probe is actually going to be able to get out of that Terran base, and is going to see the expansion also. So
We see Titan scouting the Protoss base now. A lot of Chrono being saved out. That cybernetics core on the way. Could be seen a 4-gate from Grizz here. Very strong 4-gate.
I don't know. It is pretty late. That cybernetics core is pretty late in the actual finishing process. I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell. And that Chrono is going down on the gateway, so I'm not really sure. And as well with the harvester, I think the harvester count could almost be a little bit too high, but you never know. We could actually see some gateway pressure. There was a fair bit of Chrono saved up.
And we see some fancy micro going on in the base of Titan now. Grizz getting one
Here we
Marine.
go.
This
Titan has played StarCraft Master before in that map where you've got to kill that Zealot. Oh, he lost a Marine. Mission failed.
That Zealot did actually get 2 Marines, so he was cost efficient. This other Zealot going to get that SCV boot in the bunker, going to delay the bunker here.
Looks like this Marine's going to do the. He's going to go for a bit of a run.
He's got to run to the safety of his friend.
He needs to get in this bunker though. Oh, in.
Oh, can he
Oh no! Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Zealot was bringing down the swords, and the Marine was like, nope. But
Now, walking into the main base, can actually rip it up in here, pulling most of the SCVs to take out this Zealot Stalker combo.
nice target firing from that Stalker though against those Marines, taking out all those Marines as well. And this Stalker is still here to kind of chill out and have some fun. And Grizz actually taking a bit of a lead in supply.
Stalker will go down, but it was pretty cost efficient there. You know, losing mining time, losing some workers. If you look at the workers killed,
Three workers killed.
Just kind of important this early in the game. Like, that's 3 workers more you're going to have to build. That's 3 workers you're already missing out on that would accumulatively get a lot of minerals. And we see Grizz following it up with a Nexus, so gonna even get further ahead on that income. Currently see 9 workers ahead, 8 workers ahead.
There you go. So Grizz kind of playing pretty solidly at the moment. Titan's very, very, very active on scouting, which I think StarCraft, like, as a game, I think scouting is so important, and I sometimes think maybe it's very hard to balance it because, you know, you lose an SCV here, and when you look at like a professional level, you know, every single unit is just so important. Whereas, you know, it's just how to stay active in scouting and still be very cost efficient.
Yes, but we see Grizz has scouted the army of... Titan has scouted the army of Grizz, sorry, rather. He was moving out a little bit, maybe choosing to come back home now because Grizz does actually have that pylon in that... so close to that third, again, of Titan. So Titan now pulling back, doesn't want to get in a base race kind of scenario where he will get easily countered, but so many sentries being warped in for Grizz now, playing very defensively as he wants to tech up.
That's right, and again, Grizz going for that robotics bay. down here hiding at the natural, which I'm not sure, because I noticed Titan did manage to get an SCV all the way into the main, into the inner sanctum of the Protoss base.
The holy inner sanctum.
But the robotics bay did manage to get down, and this proxy is going to be scouted by these Marines. That probe goes down. Poor fellow was probably very sick
He looked
by that
pretty
stage.
nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one
Oh my god.
no one likes to be sick at the beach.
Ruins your whole day.
It does. Being sick at the beach, like, you're out. You know, you're GG then when you're sick at the beach.
Yeah.
But it looks like...
Good placement there on that observer of Grizz. You know, not so far into the base that Titan will scout it and scan and take it out, but just at the position in that ramp so that Grizz will be able to know when the army kind of is moving out and things like that.
That's right. He's going to go for a bit of a scout now, and he has seen the Terran equivalent of an observer, which is a factory.
A floating factory.
Going to float its way over. Then again, if you do actually compare the models between the factory and the observer, like, sure, the observer does have like a move speed of 1.88 and is cloaked, but in comparison to the factory's move speed of 0.94.
And that factory actually missing that other proxy pylon.
Come on, factory, you have one job. You have one
Does see
job.
the probe.
Does see the probe though, but I don't know. There's Pylon City down here. I'm not sure if he really scouted it well enough. Like if he actually was paying attention to that factory.
Well, Titan is moving out, kind of following the factory leading the charge.
And again, this is this transition period where Grizz really doesn't actually have that much stuff. This is the problem with the greedy sort of play.
Yeah.
And Titan's going to have a lot. Yeah, Titan's going to have a lot. There's so many sentries though.
Doesn't want to get out of position down that ramp. Titan's going to go around and try and take out these rocks. Yeah, we've seen very similar timing to last game.
Here we go. Here's the Zealots going for the counter-attack, which I don't know, we might have missed it last game, but we're going to see it this game. And it looks like these rocks are going to go down. More, sentries, very, very high energy, and these Zealots are just going to waltz on in here.
And Titan actually pulling his army back now, going to try and take out these Zealots. Yep.
Let's see, here's some stuff coming out that's stimmed. 1 Marauder and 2 Marines against 3 Zealots.
Matt, if we do look up, there's a drop going down in the main base of Grizz.
Main base, there you go, getting dropped out, another bio
base.
drop. Here we go, looks like these are going to move back and clean up that Zealot counterattack, but these Marines and Marauders are going to run straight into the mineral line, and the Vikings are also there for the Colossi too, so he does need to be pretty careful with those. And this drop actually doing a fair bit of damage right now.
Yeah, getting 6 worker kills.
Loads up, and it says looks like he's going to say "see ya." Ooh, needs to be careful.
You get caught out though. Oh, drops 1 Marauder.
Drops a Marauder to I think that was just to kind of deflect the fire from the Stalkers, which was actually a pretty smart play then, and he does manage to get one of those Vikings out with 5 HP.
Yeah, but now the game's kind of in favour of Grizz, since Titan kind of missed that time. He wasn't able to really get any of those Colossi, so this Colossi count is going to keep building, and Grizz actually trying to take his 3rd. Titan still moving out. He's got to be really careful about engaging this Protoss army. 3 Colossi is kind of tough.
Oh, it needs to be careful.
Very low. Loses 1.
Loses 1, 2 more. Oh, loses the other one as well. Let's see. So this army moving back. The Fact Scout did manage to see the 3rd. But it looks as though Titan is going to be forced to retreat at the moment. And the Colossi count, so that's the thing. You play greedy, it's risky, but if it works out, you've got 3 Colossi and a lot of sentries, and he's only got a bio army. So, also looking at this army, it is 1-1 at the moment. Here we go.
Yeah, this is kind of a death bowl for Protoss right here. 5 Stalkers in the mix, a bit more than last time. I believe we only had like 1 Stalker in the mix last time, so his anti-air is kind of a little bit stronger this time.
That's right, but I have to say, Titan has got so much stuff right now, and I think he's going to try and engage Grizz out in the open. Might even be able to get him caught in behind this mineral patch. Not quite sure, but it's going to be interesting to see where we go from this. Is he going to... What's he going to do?
Got to be very careful in
It's
this
gonna be
engage here.
big
Scanning the
engage.
army.
Here we go.
Gonna skim
And he's
in.
going to go for it. He's going for it. Force fields. Nice force fields going down, trapping the Marines and the Marauders there. Nice kiting as well. These Colossi doing huge amounts of damage, but the Vikings slowly taking the Colossi out as a pretty high Viking count right now. And another stim goes down as well. So many medivacs too. And it looks like the Titan is going to be able to actually clean this up. Vikings slowly working away at the Colossi, and he is going to be able to clean this army up.
Very nice play by Titan there.
But
Very nice.
at what cost? This command center is on the brink of burning out.
Currently, yeah, burning down quickly. No SCVs have been pulled to try and repair it. It is
Oh.
going to land.
Only
Down to
seconds
20 health.
remaining.
This is going to die, Matt. And we're going to see it die momentarily.
Oh no!
Look out for the hairdryer. Oh, look out for the hairdryer. No, can't see the hairdryer anymore.
Can't see the
vision's gone.
Ah, but here we go. Looks like he's going to go straight on the offensive. And High Templar are ready, and they've got energy. They're ready to fight Ammon. They've got
They do have
storms. Titan really doesn't have that much.
It's Titan actually getting some ghosts out now. We're going to see some ghost play. I love this. We haven't seen it much. Oh, but there's a DT in the base of Titan.
Oh, that sucks.
Currently racked up 4 kills. That does suck.
But there you go. That DT did a nice amount of damage. Well played from Grizz there. Actually, both these players doing some pretty nifty kind of stuff with the Marauder drop that we've seen before. The really solid macro from Titan, and you know the DTs, Pylon City. It's all very active. It's all very good. And he's going to send another DT in because he does know the Titan has no detection, so that he has to force a scan out of him, and
Yeah, but
he might actually be able to cancel this third again.
Titan is looking like to be the leader of the supply, but then Grizz does have a lot of these High Templar, which will just rip through this bio army of Titan. So yeah, and like I'd say Grizz is actually in a better position now because he's got the 3 base up. Grizz is currently really only on 2 base. That Dark Templar, they're not actually getting away with much. But yeah, Grizz is now getting his 4th as well.
Actually,
Grizz really taking control of his macro here.
We did actually see a bit of a misclick a little bit earlier. I guess when he's seen that DT taking out his 3rd in anger, he actually killed one of his. He KO'd one of his own Marines.
Yeah. Now, does Titan actually know about the High Templar?
I think he did actually scout them with the Vikings when they were down near the 3rd. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he does know about it. He may not have scouted the Templar archives, but I'm pretty sure his Vikings did actually see the High Templar. Which, as soon as the High Templar sort of were revealed, the Ghost, the Mobius reactor, I think it's called, is it?
Yep.
That
Is that when he? Yeah.
the energy one got
So
started.
these EMPs are actually going to have to be so good to be able to equalize this army.
Oh, but here we go. This is a lot of ghosts, and there's a lot of energy here as well, Ammon. Let's see. Might try and cloak in, get in there. This zealot is going to see those ghosts.
Does the ghost actually have cloak?
Nope. So
Nice.
he's not going to have to worry about that cloak.
Yeah, it's actually being researched as we speak. 3-3 is on the way. These armies looking very scary
See,
for both
he's gonna
players.
Move in here. There's a pretty high Archon count. Oh, nice snipes. But are we going to see the EMPs? Oh, nice
Does get some
EMPs.
EMPs.
Really nice EMPs. Amazing storms.
Really nice storms.
Oh my gosh, and the Archon's going to do so much damage here, and it looks like Titan's just going to try and kite his way out of this, but the units have got hardly any health at all because those EMPs did so much damage. Archon's hardly on any health whatsoever. Archon's going down, High Templar going down, and only the sentries are left. Oh, the EMPs did so much. More zealots coming in from the back though.
I don't know if it's going to be enough, or it might just be. Terran can actually lift up that army in the medivacs and save it.
So many zealots being warped in. Grizz has been keeping the trust fund pretty high. He's up to 1,600 minerals, 1,800 gas, so there's no shortage of that. But meanwhile, DT drop in Titan's main.
Oh, that's going to do a lot of damage. There is actually a missile turret there, so it won't do much
Oh
damage.
no, and they're going to be stuck targeting the reactor. One of the DTs goes down, but he's going to try and target down that. Oh!
Just get it, but it does burn down.
It does burn down, but the damage was already done to those DTs. And he's going to replant it in exactly the same place.
Now there is the High Templar count is getting high indeed. 12 High Templar currently out on the map, but also Grizz going for those Colossi, so going to have a lot of AoE damage on favourite side of the Protoss.
That's right, 3-3.
3-3.
Just
3-3,
finishing
man.
up. That's where it's at.
There we go. We'll soon get our talking back in sync, I think.
Throwing down the jinx there, but Sentry's being warped in. The High Templar count. There's 10 High Templar there, Ammon.
It's 10.
That's so many High Templar. Whether he's going to go Archons or whether he's going to go into just mass storms. But it looks like he's going to be pretty heavy on this Warp Prism play. He's got another Warp Prism down at the Terran third base. And there is so many SCVs here. You would actually see... I've seen recently High Templar drops, which just do so much damage to mineral lines like this.
Oh, and did you just see that Heart of the Swarm drop by...
The Entomb, yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot remember who did it, but Entombed half the mineral patches, forcing the workers go to one mineral patch.
That was actually so smart.
And then dropping storms on all the workers as they hit that one mineral patch, which is...
But yeah, if you look at the... Well, not anymore, but that saturation on that third, you wouldn't actually need to, entomb those mineral deposits because it would just do so much damage anyway.
It would just go nuts anyway. And this fact scout's still going now. Currently scouting the fourth base, which is about to pay for itself again and again.
So this game we will see getting later and later. Either player, they're very even actually, so don't know how this game's going to go, Matt. Grizz is 3-3 with getting shields, +2 shields on the way. Both players are 3-3.
That's right,
see the ghost count. 12 ghosts actually out on the field, and they do have cloaks, so Protoss will have to be careful.
Yeah, but
it does have an nice observer positioning by Grizz. Not going to be able to get snuck up on by cloak ghosts.
That's right.
Nice off.
It's all going to come down to whether the how well the EMPs go off or how well the storms are. It's going to all come down to probably this battle that's about to come up.
And here we see a lot of ghosts moving out.
See all the ghosts, the Colossi are going to move forward. They're going to do huge amounts of damage.
Not able to get an EMP off at all.
Really, I'm not sure where that observer went. Oh, there it is. I can see its shadow. Still there with that army, but his army is very clumped up as he is moving around. And I don't know, like the ghosts, he's got to be so careful with those ghosts because Grizz is just really active on that, as you've seen. Brought those Colossi forward, used the charge lots as well.
Definitely.
But let's say it looks like he's going to maybe try and make something happen pretty soon. Grizz taking his 5th base now, guarding it with the DT. And
yeah, if I was actually Titan at the moment, I'd probably start researching something like nukes, even, just to try and do something to break this game a little bit up.
That's true. Yeah,
so
it's now
Titan going for that.
It's 200, and Grizz. Just remember, everybody, Grizz has got to win this game to actually stay in it. And there's actually a DT in here doing a whole heap of damage, and I think he got the DT. He EMP'd it, but he also EMP'd all his own ghosts.
Oh my god.
So
yeah,
his ghosts really don't have that much energy. And EMP's on the High Templar at the back. Whoa, EMP's going off everywhere there. I think he's going to try and get that observer. There's an uncloaked observer for you. And let's see, he's slowly running out of energy. Oh, nice storms! Getting the ghosts! Wow, looks like that Zealot is going to be sacrificed to this Terran army, but he needs to be careful. Oh, nice EMP there, right in the middle of that army. Vikings taking out those Colossi. There's so many Zealots here.
All those medivacs to heal this bio army. Nothing left. Or Protoss walking into an Archon. It's not going to be able to achieve its butterfly stage.
That's right, yeah, and it looks like he's going to get straight in on this new 4th base here.
So now Terran actually in the lead now. Protoss is going to have to fall back and lose. He's going to have to lose his space. Kind of can lose his space. He's got quite a lot of minerals backed up.
He doesn't really want to lose his production though, because just remember, Titan did actually take out his 5th base too, so he wants to try. I think he does want to try and keep his income high regardless.
That is true.
But in the meantime, the DTs have counterattacked and taken out Titan's 4th base. So it is even on the bases now. 3 base versus 3 base, but I'm not really sure that anywhere's that much mining. This third base is almost mined out. The main's mined out. The natural's mined out. Same deal again for Titan. These DTs though, they're doing a lot of damage. He's trying to get that turret, but he's going to be taken out pretty.
Meanwhile, these DTs at that third, ripping it up, taking out a lot of SCVs.
So many SCVs. 73 workers killed by Grizz to 40 workers killed by Titan. There is so many workers killed right now, and I have to say, Grizz, his macro sleeper is actually kind of keeping in this at the moment. He's got 3,000 minerals. Titan doesn't have enough.
Yeah, as this game goes on longer...
Oh no, he missed... The EMP went off and he missed the other DT. But Titan really does need to get another Expo up, and he has lost that Expo, the orbital command in the main. The natural orbital command and the third orbital command are the only ones that still are active, so he needs to be very careful from DTs.
There's actually so many Zealots out on the field. 41 Zealots out currently, 8 Archons.
Let's see, so, DT's getting warped in.
Yeah.
See, but
Titan can't really lose his army. If Titan loses this whole army, Grizz will probably win. Grizz can actually kind of remax and see a lot of good storms going down.
Really nice storms. EMPs too, but I think the storms might have actually outweighed the EMPs in this one. Archon still with so many shields.
Oh, very nice stutter step by Titan. But I don't think it's going to be enough. These speed Zealots running forward.
Oh, here we go.
So powerful.
DTs as well.
Now Titan lifts up and actually loses the whole medevac full of... and that's a GG from Titan.
And there's the GG. And Grizz brings it back.
Brings it back, yeah. We just saw that Titan really didn't have enough economy to be able to remax on his army. If he lost that army, he would GG, and he did, and that's what we saw play out there, as Grizz just had the economy lead.
Wow.
I think Titan only had like 15 SCVs at the end there, just so many SCVs dying to the Dark Templar play.
So many
Grizz. That was a really
killed.
exciting game. Really cool game.
So many workers killed. Well, like, there was only 83 workers created from Grizz to 88 from Titan. And I know Titan actually, he lost about 70 workers, didn't he?
Yeah, it was about 70 at the end of the game there.
So, like, you know that the harvester counts aren't going to be very high, but I think that, like, that's something that's so good about these games is they can just go either way. At any point, especially with Ghosts and Archons and High Templar out on the field, it all comes down to the EMPs and the Storms, really. And
definitely.
yeah, it's...
Yeah, but Terran really wasn't able to deny the bases of the Protoss player Grizz there, as we saw, you know, him having really good positioning, being able to, you know, come and help either base if Titan was trying to harass either of those. So essentially, yeah, Protoss was able to keep up more bases, so he was able to re-max on that army. And since Protoss really does have a higher rate of production than Terran, if they have the economy to sustain it, they can actually re-max on their army pretty quickly, as we saw there.
That's right. In terms, like, that is only really in terms of gateways. If you look at, like, robos
oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
definitely. Like, it does take a long time to get out those Colossi and things like that, but for those High Templar, he can just morph them in as they get, and it takes time for them to get enough energy, but like, if you could get the High Templar and then just morph them into Archons anyway, so, yeah.
Alright, so we came for the beach, but we stayed for the game, and it turned out to be a pretty good game as well, so you can't really argue. And, yeah, next map, we're ready for it, guys. Going on to Daybreak to break the tie. It's 1-1, best of 3.
Currently.
Only one player can leave this next match, and just very, very shortly going into the game, so...
Very shortly indeed. I can't wait to see who will take it out. Titan or Grizz. See an impressive play by both players.
That's right. So we're just going to go into the game now. And here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner after winning the first game. The Blue Terran.
Titan.
And moving down to the bottom left-hand corner. Winning game number 2. Very, very nice comeback. Very, very nice unit control. The Red Protoss.
Grizz.
Here we go, guys. So it's going to be interesting to see what the players do. They're under a fair bit of psychological pressure at this point. You know, they're both taking a game from each other. You might go to the go-to build. You see, even at the highest level, you do see players. I say this was a little while ago. Players like Marine King do kind of choke a little bit in the last sorts of last games of series. They do try and end it really fast. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how Titan kind of reacts now, because he won with the kind of very early pressure in the last game, so it's going to see if he's going to fall back and maybe invest a little bit more into that early pressure around the 10-11 minute mark that he was so successful with in the first game. Because he has seen that Grizz has a very good kind of macro style. He can get to the late game and be able to handle that kind of pressure and things like that. So just, I don't know if Titan wants to take him to that late game scenario again kind of thing, or if he's going to kind of one base all in this game.
That's right. So it seems as though we've got a few fans from each player in the chat. Here we go.
I can understand that these two players are very good. They should have a lot of fans, definitely.
That's right. You should type in there right now if you're barracking for Grizz, or if you really want Titan to win. Okay, yell it out right now. Go for it, guys.
Come on, guys. Show your support for these two players.
Both these players, it's pretty high level kind of stuff right now, and they are both a few games in, so they're going to start to tire a little bit. Here we go. There you go. From both sides, pretty even sort of viewer base right now.
MGG fighting.
Titan with the clutch command center. Won't let that get denied.
Yeah, so going for that no gas command center. Gonna have a 2-base kind of play from Titan.
There you go. Yeah, so gonna be kind of, I think that's more the standard sort of opener that Titan's just gonna fall back on. Kind of goes, yep, you know what? I know what I need to do. I know this build really well. We're just gonna stick with it. And I'd say I'd expect to maybe see like another 10-minute timing or something like that again.
Yeah, very similar openings from both players. We see that Zealot coming in again, and he's just going to run into the main now. Sees that bunker finishing. Going to try and get a few SCV kills rather than lose it. I like this. He's adapted to the kind of play. He's always lost that first Zealot as he's done this, so that he's kind of lost that first Zealot in vain, but now he's actually picking up a few SCV kills, gets 3 kills before, actually gets 4 kills before it goes down, so that Zealot being very effective now. My goodness.
Working quite well. Another Zealot running up into the main. This is something that really pushed it for Titan, and it very nice Marine micro here. Does actually lose one of them, has got the other one running back, and it's going to be pretty on. Stalker is down at the bunker. It looks like he's going to be able to get these Marines into the bunker. And this Stalker taking hits straight away and is denied. So I have to say, Titan handled that pretty well. Really nice Marine micro as well.
Definitely, yeah. But really, I really like the decision making of Grizz in that play there, because he's always kind of kept the Zealot at the front and tried to do damage to those Marines, but he's decided, well, I've never really got a kill with that first Zealot, so I'm just going to run him straight into the middle line. And he actually picked up 4 SCV kills, so that's kind of really important in this early game stage, as we see.
That's right, yeah, and it did actually force Marines to run up into the main, which allowed that second Zealot. Could have almost gone into the Expo there as well to try and do some damage, so it kind of did expose Titan a little bit in that early stage.
Yeah, we see Titan did get that SCV into the main of Grizz again, so Titan really having vision of everything that's going on. This Stalker may get taken down by all these Marines. It does, so that's kind of important to have Stalkers. You don't want to lose any Stalkers at this early stages in the game.
Every unit is so important. There's 2 gateways that are finishing up just now. And
Grizz actually got to be careful, Matt. He's only got 2 sentries out with 3 gateways total with that Twilight Council.
Does have a fair bit of gas saved up, so he can actually get a few more sentries. But I fear a little bit for this Expo right now. It's
yeah, he might actually lose this Expo match.
It's in a little bit of danger.
That Nexus is in the danger zone. He has to pull these probes in.
Here we go.
Be really careful not to lose these sentries.
Oh, really nice Marine micro there. Very nice force fields. And
Cleans it up. My goodness, Grizz, that is awesome.
And this SCV just kind of still hanging around for the fun. Sentry's going to come back and take that out. But let's see, Titan kind of shown a little bit of aggression there too. Kind of, you know, I think put it out there to say, you know what, Grizz, I don't think you should be so greedy in this game. But Grizz is just going to throw it right back at him because he's thrown down the Twilight Council. And he's going to the Twilight Council with the Templar Archive, sorry. And he's ready to go. He's ready to fight. But let's see.
Titan scouting around his third, making sure there's no proxies as he keeps some units in the middle of the map. This game could go anywhere. The production tab getting out of control for Titan actually now.
Yeah, it's borderline over Grizz's supply. So it actually is quite massive right now. He's got that engineering bay finishing up, so he's going to go for those upgrades. He's got the stim. I think he's very bio based.
Yeah, which will be in favor for Grizz getting those High Templar and Storms.
Those Storms, but I don't know. With that stim finishing up, I think that Titan might be going for a little bit of that timing again. He's going to hit that window where Grizz really doesn't have that much.
Definitely. There are so many reactors. He's got reactor starport. Going to get a lot of medivacs out. A lot of Marines coming out.
Let's see. So
gonna have to. Yeah.
I don't know though. Titan has put a lot of money into producing units, so he's mightn't have that much just yet. And Grizz has put down that forward pylon again, so it looks like he could be going to try, because he does actually like those counterattacks when the pressure's on. He likes to throw a few zealots in there, and it can be so useful because Titan has, you know, it forces more decisions to be made.
Yeah, you get a lot more going on. You've got your bases under attack when you're actually doing the pushing, so